it's not straight enough. That's annoying. Oh, this is crazy. No, I don't want to talk to anybody today. I wonder if my space heater's too loud. Nope, no link dropping today. I'm not even ready to drop the link. I would prefer to do that on once I'm streaming from StreamYard. I sure don't, right? I want to do that from StreamYard when I can control when people can come in. And when I'm doing it this way, I can't control when people come in. It's just anybody could come in. Like if somebody wanted to come in and show us something inappropriate and get me shut down, it could happen. So I need a way to get backstage. Can you guys get my likes up? Because it's 4 people here. And I'm trying to wait until it's like 5 people and I'll get started. It's so cold to me. Today, it is, right now it's 33, but the day started off at 18. But my immune system is not the best. So once it's a little bit cold, I start feeling the coldness, like the cold in my body. And I'm already having like some pain in my neck. It's like my neck's feeling heavy. Can you hear my space heater though? Can you hear it? Is it too loud? Because I can turn it off. It's not ever warm enough for me though. I'm always cold. I'm like a ice baby. All right, I'm gonna get started now because I took some time. All right, hi, happy Sunday and God bless. Thank you for being here. All right, Sunday sermon with Meek. Today I'm gonna cover a couple of things, and I'm gonna ignore these comments for a little bit so I can stay on topic, because I do have some things that I want to address about my future here in the YouTube space. Like, okay, and then I'm gonna give y'all a good word, something to think about for the rest of the week, and just a little bit of what I actually want to do here. So I want to start off by saying that I appreciate everyone that takes their time out to come and listen to me, because you don't have to be here. Like, you can be anywhere else and you decide to be here with me. So I want you to understand that I am beyond grateful for that, especially because I be trying to squeeze y'all in. Like, I'm supposed to be making dinner, but I was at the store forever, and then now the dinner has to thaw out, so I got time to talk. But then it's always stuff to do. It's always stuff to do. It's Sunday, so it's like, but I appreciate y'all for making time for me as I make time for y'all. I got a bit of a message today, and then I have to get some things off of my chest. It's just been bothering me for a few weeks now, and I really haven't shared it, and no time to really do no pre-recording and editing. So it's like, I'm gonna come here and join you guys today on our Sunday sermon, where we just get down and we talk. All right, I just gotta give you all my good word. Before I get started, let's do some cleanup. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. All right, send a text message. Like, what you doing right now? Meek live. Like, go get on YouTube right now, because Meek is live and she has something to share with us. Like, tell your friends, tell everybody, tell your mom, tell your aunts, tell your cousins, tell your favorite people. Meek is live. Okay. Be sure to follow me on the socials. Get over there on my Facebook. Get on my Instagram. Follow me on X. All of those are pick_meek. Um, I'm still working on the Facebook, y'all. I told y'all I'm gonna be there on March 1st. I'm gonna be active, like for real active. I'm more so active on Instagram, not a dailier, except on my personal, but definitely on there. So go over there, come check me out over there. If you want to send me any topics or anything, feel free to send me an email, pickmeekpodcast@gmail.com. And I think that's it. I think that is it. So let's get the crazy topic out of the way. I don't know if you guys know, but I absolutely hate doing panels. And it's like, do you really? I absolutely hate doing panels. And it's for a multitude of reasons. And today I'm just gonna really deep dive into it, and I gotta share it. Like, my future as a panelist has been it's been eating away at my soul, honestly. Honest to God. Can y'all get my likes up? Because it says it's 9 of y'all here, but I don't have 9 likes. Like, come on. If you didn't like it, just go out and like it, okay? Go out and like it. Show me that you appreciate me, because I appreciate you, okay? So, I really hate panels, y'all. I hate panels because a lot of me believes that they are a waste of time. We are not having conversations that are important. We're having a lot of conversations about the effect. We don't talk enough about the cause to me. And the cause to me is a lot of the issues. It bothers me so much. Like, it's like I came here to share a lot of my life with y'all so I could hopefully prevent women coming up behind me from making similar mistakes as to what I've made. I feel like a lot of the generation before us kind of gave us a fairy tale. Like, women in the generation prior did not make single motherhood seem like it was a struggle. And I was here to let y'all know. 0 stars on Google, not worth it. Please do not do it. Get you a husband, because sis, raising a baby by yourself is not fun. Not only is it not fun, it keeps you broke. So it's just like, I came here to share that. It's like we didn't have enough women ahead of us that was letting us know that. Like, they made it seem like single motherhood was like literally the shit, like much better than marriage. So it's like I wanted to give that perspective. Hello, modern woman, shining the light on my reality. And it was like, that's what I wanted to be here for. I don't get to be that on panels at all. Zero, zilch, nada. We're having conversations about stuff that's a fact. When you're raised by a shit mom who didn't teach you to respect men, you're gonna grow up and hate men. Obviously. Obviously, it's just, it boggles my brain that a lot of us be like, okay, you was raised one way, you were conditioned in this society to be another way, but when you get 18, all that programming you got, you should just drop it to the wayside and become a better person. No. No, changing requires work. As somebody who's working to change myself, like, y'all often ask me why you don't date. I don't date because I feel like there was too much work that I needed to do from the fuck up my parents' calls. How am I be out here loving people if I ain't feel loved by them? How? So it's just like I needed to do some internal work, and I get a lot of y'all don't know how to handle y'all own problems, and y'all think jumping relationship to relationship is just keen, but I didn't believe in that. I would rather be alone before I cause my issues and my toxicity to spill over into someone else's life and destroy who they are. Like, I hate that very thought. So it's just like, I wanted to share my experience, like the tools and tips that I did to improve myself, to get myself out of being stuck and in a space of feeling like I don't deserve much. Like, I wanted to share that. I don't get to do that on panels. On panels, we're here to judge people for the choices that they make. And it's just like, that's not what God sent me here for. Genuinely not what God sent me here for. And it's just like, as I'm embarking down on my Jesus journey, because y'all know I love God and I just got saved. I got saved like 9 months ago. So it's just, along this journey, it is not my place to be on this internet judging anybody who's suffering from the effect of the cause. So it's just like we're all making poor choices essentially, all of us. All of us just in different levels. So it's just like, who am I to stand on my high horse and be like, yes, she's a single mom, but she's a stupider type of single mom than I am. Like, we're all goofies. At the end of the day, we're all goofies. And I want all of us to be less goofy and make better decisions. And first things first, healing. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's so many of us that's just in pain and sitting on these panels with people who are just literally in pain in their personal life. It's just like a lot of y'all don't even be wanting to hear the other person's point of view. You just want to attack. You're waiting for your opportunity to come at this person's jugular. And it's like, we're not having a real conversation. All these panel conversations do is cause more division within our community. Like, sitting on panels almost had me over here like, I don't want to date no men. And it's just like, these men on these damn panels are not the men that I meet in real life. I never meet men like that in real life. So why would I allow an experience and a character that I'm essentially playing online to dictate what I allow into my space? And it's just like, well, why are you there? What are you doing there in these spaces where you have to be on guard? Like, y'all sitting up here talking about women don't be feminine on the internet, but you cannot be feminine on a panel because it's just a bunch of people there waiting for you to show a moment of weakness, a moment of vulnerability, simply so they can attack you. And I don't get it. I don't get it. It's been quite a few of y'all who going out of y'all way to do content on me, and y'all don't know me. I'm going to let you know right here and right now, I will never respond. One thing I do not do in real life or on internet life is beef. My life is real life peaceful, and I do not allow anyone to disturb my peace at any cost because I've worked too damn hard to accomplish it. And I get that so many of y'all, again, are on this internet and in your own pain, but God damn it. God damn it, go to therapy. Go to therapy. Stop taking time to decide to hate me and trying to pick apart my life. Because, baby, regardless, I'm fine with it. I can tell you right now that the Lord blesses me. You know, I'm very spoiled. I am a princess in real life. So it's just like, why don't you find a way to give yourself some grace and feel good about what you got going on? Because what's the common goal? What's the common goal? Like, these panels, people get upset, and then you're doing reaction videos of you being upset of what happened on the panel. How does that fix the community? How does that bring back Black families? How does that get any issues solved? It doesn't. And that's why I can't participate in it, because none of that benefits what I want to do. I'm sitting up here going around trying to figure out how I can genuinely make my community better, how I can make sure that more people are creating babies in the sanctity of a marriage, and understanding that Jesus created us all to be together and not apart. Understanding that the problem is that we don't appreciate people like we once upon a time did. Like, so many of us worship money that we're lost. Life is about people and the impact that you make on the people that you reach throughout life. And so many of y'all are like shit people. Just shit people. Like, where's your integrity? What kind of character do you have? And then you want to sit on this internet and complain about the type of people that you're dating, when in reality you attract what you are. So if you're a shit person and your internet character displays that, just simply based on the type of content y'all be deciding to do, like drama-filled content, like, let's keep up shit. Keep up shit for what? Like, don't y'all think that we have enough drama within our community? Like, no. I think we do. And I think that at the very least, as long as I have air in my lungs, I will not display myself in such characteristics. Like, that's ghetto. It's beneath me. It's beneath me. And there are things that I'm not willing to do and stoop low and argue with anybody via internet because we have a differ of opinion. Honey, I'm living my life. I'm living my life. So it's just like, my real life reflects the things that I want. I took my ass to therapy. I got some healing. I figured out why I make the type of choices that I make. And I'm building a relationship with Jesus and realizing that that's a lot of the problem with our community. We don't have a God to love. We're worshiping things that'll never love us back. Money. Too many of us put an emphasis on money. And that was one of my problems too. Like, I'm out here trying to do panels for money. And it's just like, my heart isn't in it. And I should never be doing anything on the sake of money. I should be trusting that the Lord will provide for me, right? That's something that I have to believe in. So why am I out here subjecting myself to such radical behaviors for a couple dollars? And it's just like, no, y'all crazy on the internet. Y'all are crazy on the internet. Why should I be disturbed? And it's just like, so many people look for that drama. Like, some of y'all come here looking for drama, and it's just like, that's not what I have for you. Like, if you are not somebody who genuinely wants to improve the community and have nuclear families and understand that this goddamn government is trying to control us all, and when they losing control, they find other ways to do it. You know, like, if y'all want to go down the conspiracy theory, I can do that with y'all. But the ghetto toxicity, the yelling back and forth, oh, she's a pick me, I'm not doing that with none of y'all. And let me be clear. Pick me was never a name I would give myself. Y'all named me Pick Me. Me making comments on the internet that made Black women go awry is why my name is Pick Me, because they would call me that. Like, my name on the internet is Meek, and they would be like, you a pick meek ass bitch. That's how I got the name, and I just ran with it, because that's what y'all call me every time I say anything to advocate for Black men. Let me be very clear. I gave birth to a Black man. There is never going to be a day in this world that I will say anything to talk against a Black man, because I carry them. Okay? I have a child that's old enough to be on the internet that can stumble across a clip that I'm doing, and what I look like speaking down on Black men when I'm raising him. I will never do that. So I'm sorry I can't join your sisterhood and hate Black men with you, because ain't no Black man hurt me. Ain't no Black man hurt me. Every Black man that maybe made me feel a little bit of discomfort was doing the best that he could. But I ain't in that much pain. I don't hate Black men, and I can't take one Black man and one poor experience with one Black man and accost it to all the others. And I absolutely refuse to do that, because I know way too many good Black men that's attempting to make a difference for me to ever speak ill on the entire group. And that's why the sisterhood didn't like me. Y'all didn't like me for anything other than that, because I advocated for Black men. And I'll tell you one thing. A lot of the things that y'all make the decision to do, I wish you heifers would with my child. I wish y'all would. I'm seeing how the next generation is being raised. I'm seeing how your daughters interact with my child. And I don't like it. It should be a stop put to it. These young girls already, my kid is 12. When he was 10, he had his first interaction with a young Black girl that told him he had too much confidence. He was a boy. He shouldn't have no respect for himself. Where'd she learn that at? I didn't teach her it. She didn't get raised at my house. Somebody's teaching her to hate Black men at the age of 10. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that, because, again, my son ain't did nothing. What'd he do to cause any of you women harm or discomfort just because of an experience that you had with possibly his father? My son got to pay for that. I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with y'all raising a whole generation of young ladies that hate men just because y'all said so. Y'all didn't even give these men no opportunity to show y'all nothing. And the ones y'all allow into y'all life, which is ultimately your choice, who mistreat you, that was a decision that you made, because you didn't have to let that man in your life. But then, God forbid, somebody come on the internet and say that. She's a pygmy ass bitch. And it's just, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear none of that. I am expected to speak for a group of women that I've never represented. I can't represent a group of Black women who don't even allow me into their group. I'm not a part of the ultimate group. So how can I speak for them? I speak as an anomaly. I speak as the woman on the other side. I speak for the woman that's supposed to be standing accountable and telling the truth. That's what I do. I'm not here to tell y'all why other women are goofy. I'm here to separate, segregate, and move forward with the people who actually want to make a difference within the community. I don't care about fixing the problems. Then they are who they are. If you want to be better, there's one simple choice. Do the work to heal yourself, okay? Everybody tired of all the healing journeys, but it's just like, ain't no, y'all ain't healed. Y'all ain't healed. And my experiences on these panels simply prove it. Like, I have had too many of you do reviews on me and not talking to me. Y'all don't talk to me, nor do y'all tag me. I have an internet name. You want me to know that you have an issue with me, you can mention me in your video. Hey, Katie. You can mention me. I'm never gonna watch it. Let me be clear, I've never watched none of y'all crap or none of y'all responses. Like, I have people, your subscribers, people who subscribe to both of us, that will tell me that you've made these videos against me, and it's just like, for what? Why are you doing it? You have an issue with me, send me an email, pickmeek@gmail.com, pickmeekpodcast@gmail.com. Come say something to me on Instagram, but there is no reason to make a video dragging me. Like, how does that help fix the problem? How does that make me reflect any different than every other thought that they have, stereotype that they have about black women? Loud, ghetto, don't know how to conduct themselves, always angry. Why would I be that? Why would I be the example of that on the internet? We've had enough. That's why I would never come on the internet in a bonnet. That's why no matter how sleepy I am when I get on these panels, I look as good as I possibly can, because I want to be a representation that's not goofy out in the world. I want to represent black women better than we've ever been represented, all while still being a young mom. I was 18 when I had my kid. I was technically a teenage mom, single mom right now, unwedded, but I don't want everybody to think that we all just look like we come out the projects. And it's just, I don't think enough of us are caring about the ultimate image of our community. We so individually minded, we so self-centered and so damn selfish that we don't understand that what we do affects the entire group. The entire group. Anybody who's brown is going to have pretty much the same similar experience in the world. But then we get so caught up on where we are that we not thinking about what everybody else is experiencing. So I want to go outside and look like a Bukisha, and I want to wear a bonnet everywhere that I go. Why? Why do you want to represent me that way? Do you not love me enough to get dressed? Do you not love you enough to get dressed? Like, just think about how you're reflecting into the world, and perception is reality. So if all we going and doing is giving people the perception that we can't carry ourselves with dignity or class, that's all people are going to ever think about us. And no, ma'am, I just won't be that. So it's either I have to separate myself from the panel life, or I have to separate myself from the panel life, because it's not no one or the two. It's just like, it's just an angry space. Like, I originally was going to come on here and say that the whole entire, like, panel thing is demonic, but I'm sure it's not all demonic. I'm sure it's probably a good panel out there somewhere in the world. It's just, I don't really know. Like, wholeheartedly, I feel like a lot of the men in this space are men who just can't get women. And because they can't get women, they mad. Like, saying things to me, asking me my body count, asking me the last time I had sex, asking me anything, that person is, first of all, is none of your business. Second of all, it's just like, okay, on your best day, you couldn't get me. On your best day, I wouldn't let you smell my sit down there. And you're really upset with me that that's the reality. And even with me being a single mom, I still be thinking I'm too good for people like y'all. The audacity of me. And then it's just like, y'all want to come and cuss me out about it. But it's just like, yes, I hold myself to a standard. And yes, I do not just do anything, kid or not, I'm not just going to play in any man's face. Like, I'm going to get me a great man, and I'm going to be proud to stand by him. And it's like, some of y'all be mad at that. How do you know she had a kid at 18 and her mistakes for life? Every decision she's ever made. Forget Jesus died on the cross to forgive our sin, her sin. We don't forgive sins. Choices are forever. Y'all be sounding goofy to me, and it's just like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I've worked too hard to work on my mental health. I've worked too hard to be pleasing my Lord. And my Lord don't want me doing a lot of that stuff. A lot of that stuff comes with judgment and comes with hate. And it just comes with being in a space that I don't enjoy being in. Me being defensive is me being masculine. I don't want to be defensive. I like to live my life in a vulnerable state. I like to be comfortable. I like to be transparent. It's just like if I got to put up a wall and I feel like I got to be guarded in a space, it's just like I don't want to fucking be there. I don't want to be I don't want to be in a place where I got to use my F-bombs because I'm trying to use better language. I'm trying to be the example. The meek that I'm trying to grow into is a classy young lady, and it's just certain things that we don't do. And arguing has never been my thing. Even when I thought I was a little boy, arguing has never been my thing. Do not argue with me. Argue with your mama, because I will walk away in a heartbeat. Argue with you for what? What are these words going to solve? How about we sit down and we come up with a solution? Because that's what we do in my family. We are solution-oriented people. Now that you've addressed the problem, we don't get to sit here and complain. How are we going to fix the problem? And a lot of the problem is y'all don't know y'all the problem. A lot of y'all want to sit up here and give advice and don't know that y'all fucked up yourselves. Excuse me, Lord. A lot of y'all, the problem is in the mirror, okay? Y'all need to go turn on MJ, Man in the Mirror, okay? Because if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. All y'all got to do is be different. That's all y'all got to do. And it's just like we having so many of these dumbass arguments. How about y'all tell me what you going to do to be different? I don't use men. I don't use men. I don't have babies by people and then claim later they changed. It's a lot of stuff that I don't do. I do not put myself in a position to reproduce for a man who I'm not married to. I don't have casual sex. Like, it's a lot of stuff that I do. I work out daily. I go to therapy bi-weekly. I do things to improve myself. I go to church every Sunday, and I go to church at least 2 to 3 times additional during the month to do a evening service on Tuesdays. So it's just like I'm being involved. I'm doing what I need to do to improve myself. I'm going to start getting out more, and I want to be more involved within my community. I do want to start talking to teenage girls on helping them make better decisions. What are y'all doing to be the change? What are y'all doing? What are you doing to make sure that the generation behind you is doing better than you did? What are you doing to see improvement? Because that's what we all should be doing. All of us should be doing that. Not getting on the internet yelling about how these bros is goofy. Who gives a fuck that they goofy? Stay away from them. Stop trying to put your penis in them. Stop trying to heal these hoes. These hoes can't be healed. Find something better to do. Find a woman that's trying to make a difference. But then when somebody want to say something like that, it's so hard to find them. It's hard to find them because of your mindset. Your mindset is what you allow to gravitate towards you. So if you only think of trash and you only listen to trash and you only surround yourself around trash, only trash gonna come to you. And that's just not my reality. Like, the men in my real life do not have none of these internet problems y'all have. I know so many men who make money who do not have to dish out money. That's not real life. Because when you a man that's on your square, women know how to treat you when they show. They know they can't show it with their damn hand stuck out. They know that. But instead of becoming that man, y'all want to sit on the internet and complain about how they treat the man. Stop complaining about being treated like Mr. No Bitches and become Mr. Bitches. I'm tired of having these dumbass conversations. Tired. It's genuinely exhausting. Every woman I meet uses me. And it's like, who the fuck? Why? Ain't no man use me for nothing. The second a man tell me he want to give me something that I don't want, bye. I don't want that. What, I'm going to sit around and take what you offering me? I'm going to take what I want. And if you're not giving me what I want, what am I going to stick around for? And a lot of y'all be goofy, just victims. And I get it. Both my parents are victims. And one thing I vowed to never do was live my life the way that they lived theirs. Some of my siblings are victims because that's all they seen when you sit. My parents right now got 2010 excuses as to why they can't improve. That shit was living in me. And then it's like, I did all this work to not become that. And then I had to sit down and realize, girl, you went to therapy for 5 years and you're still doing that shit that you said you ain't want to do that they do. Some things are subconsciously done and we can't control the actions, but we have to change the programming. We have to do the work to decide to be better people. And a lot of y'all ain't deciding to do that. Y'all just want to get on the internet and talk about other people and y'all don't have the right to do so. Like, sit down and realize what issues you have, because I can identify every issue that I have. That's why I can comfortably tell you when I attract a certain thing, I would rather not date than to be sitting up here like, well, maybe I'll try again somewhere else. No, maybe the problem is over here, and no matter how many different men I date, I'm still going to get the same type. So maybe I need to do something within to improve me so I can get better on the outside. Do y'all know that? And it's just like, no, I don't think most people do. So those are the conversations I would be rather having. I would rather have those conversations. Like, broke mind, broke mentality, it all results to the same thing. When you got all that brokenness going on with you, you only have broken people around you. And I don't. I don't. And it's like, if you ain't even attempting to be successful, if I've met you and in the time that I've met you, I've seen no improvement in your life, I can't rock with you, because God told me everybody that's supposed to be in my life is supposed to be fruitful and multiply. Whatever you doing that in, whatever gift he gave you, I need to see that. That needs to be visual to me. Whether it's every time you come into a room, you bring love with you and something. It has to be something. I have to see it. But if every time I see you, you ain't nothing but a dark cloud and nothing shaking around you and people can't stand to be around you. One minute I met you had 20 friends. Now you only got 3 and life is just a drag. Baby, I don't want to be bothered with that. And that's what I feel like hella people on these panels be having. Like, y'all be weird to me. Y'all be weird. I'm going to take a drink. I get this common misconstrued perspective of me, and y'all call it rage quitting. She's rage quitting. She's upset and she's leaving, so she's rage quitting. No, I'm not arguing. I don't argue. Y'all, I don't argue. I get passionate. I talk out of tone. But if I get to the point where I have to disrespect you, or I gotta call you out your name, or you calling me on my name, or we even too heated where you can't hear, I'm not doing it. I will walk away in a heartbeat. If we on the phone, I'm gonna hang up. I'm argue with your mother. Argue with your mother. But that's from my childhood. All my parents did was argue. My parents did was argue. Everybody, all of my children, my parents' children, my siblings, all of our first memories is a memory of our parents arguing. Everybody's. Feeling unloved and unwanted. That's how I got my self-esteem issues that I got to take into my adulthood. So it's just like, seeing that in my childhood, I don't want to have that in my adulthood. It's just like, if I got to argue with you, baby, we ain't it. Like, a lot of y'all see the toxicity as being cool. For me, it's just like, I don't want to do that. So rage quitting, no, I'm not angry. Actually, I'm quite peaceful, and that's why I'm going to maintain my peace and bid you adieu. Okay? Good night. God bless you, because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No, I'm too blessed to be stressed, honey. And I genuinely mean that. Like, I'm way too blessed to be stressed. Like, sitting up here, people who y'all don't care 2 damns about me. If my heart give out on me right now, how many people are going to call my family to make sure I'm good? So why would I be sitting up here disturbing my peace for such a thing? Especially when it don't help resolve problems. It just doesn't help resolve problems. I don't be understanding y'all, because the problem not women are using men. The problem not men only chasing us for sex. These 2 things, let's just look at that. Men only use us for sex because we became too easy with it. I was a part of that, y'all. My kid a Netflix and chill baby. Netflix and chill, that's what this baby is. Oh, God. Godly. Things happen. We were brainwashed by the generation ahead of us because we ain't wake up one day and was like, let's just participate in sexual liberation. They made us think Woodstock was the coolest shit on earth. You know what's better than being a married woman, being a hoe and wild in the street? And then when you sit and talk to that generation, they act like that they ain't talk to us about, like they just made it seem like being nice housewives, which most of them aren't, was the thing. Like, we just decided one day we all got 17 and was like, let's be hoes. No, y'all conditioned us to want that. Y'all told us being strong, independent, and loose in the juice would get us what we needed in life because you don't need a man for nothing. Y'all taught us that. And then when we got out here and got hot to trot and started doing all that hooker shit y'all taught us, because you should, I know we told you to get out there and lay down with all these men, but we also told you not to get out there and lay down for free. Because my grandma said, my mama's mama, she said, if you gonna lay down with a man, the least you should be able to do is get you a new pair of panties and a bar of soap so you can wash them. You should never have sex with a man for nothing. That woman was born in 1944, right? So if that's something that's being taught, what did we expect from a whole generation of women? Did we somehow think that they were going to turn 18 and say, you know what, men ain't pocketbooks. This little pocketbook, because I've heard that, you've got a gold mine in between them legs. If I'm being told that I have something so valuable and it's got this monetary exchange, why did we not think 2 generations later we weren't going to have no price tag on it automatically? Why didn't we think that? Like, I don't get it. Nobody's thinking about the cause. We spend too much time thinking about the effect, and I hate that. We have to address the cause. Y'all just be like, we don't need to talk about why it happened. We just need to talk about why they're here. No! We can't fix the problem until we identify the issue. Okay, sis, your mom might have been a bona fide side chick. She didn't raise you properly. You should not be out here trading yourself for cash. Okay? Your body should be priceless. I don't know who needs to hear this. Okay? It shouldn't be no dollar amount a man can give you to get you to give yourself to him. You should be priceless. That man should have to work his soul off to get you because you are such an asset that God created. It's not him working to his death is all he can exchange for you. That's how you should think about it. And when you're just giving yourself away for a couple dollars, you should feel worthless. You should feel worthless. To me, and I get it. Everybody didn't receive that, but I need y'all to pick it up. I need y'all to understand that the value isn't in the man trading you money at the beginning. The value is in having him long term. Okay, girl? Listen to me when I said they make more money as they get older. All right? The longer you stick around, the more loyalty you display, the better they take care of you. Okay? The better they do. Like, when they remember you from them days of nothing, honey. Them days of everything, them days of comfort, it ain't nothing you're not going to be able to ask for. Stop trading yourself early in the game. It's a ripoff. They tricked us. Look at all these old hoes who still out here in the market with us. Look at them. All them hoes who said being strong and independent was lit. Look at them. Mad. They mad because them men who now they age still in our faces. All them Gen X hoes, them old bitter broads, them goddamn Ebony K. There's no man worth dating. Yet, meanwhile, in between, while all the 40-year-olds I seem to be boiling and on their shit and ready to sit me down. Don't let these old hoes fool you. Okay? They trying to trick us. They trying to keep us tricked, bitter, and miserable at the end like them. Like, that's what I need y'all to understand. Understand that. If we understood the cause more, and what the effect could lead to, we could put a stop to it. We really could, but we spending too much time on this stupid ass conversations. Do you want to end up like those women? I don't listen to any woman who doesn't have a lifestyle that reflects something that I want. Do I want to end up alone and by myself at 50 years old, still talking about I don't need a man because men ain't worth nothing. No, that's not what I want. Like, do you even see those women and see happy and satisfaction? Like, oh my God, pop culture, that Fanny lady, the attorney general, that woman is miserable. And that's what y'all want to pan out to be? Using men in your early years? No, snag you a man while you young, baby. Listen to me while I say, get you a good one. Get you a good one with a good plan who gonna become something. Because I assure you, it's gonna be better than trading yourself in these streets. All the streets got is STDs and babies you don't want. Unplanned pregnancies. That's all the streets got. Nobody will tell y'all that. They make y'all feel like being outside in the streets is the most lit thing ever. Baby, once you become too disposable to these men, you're useless. And this shit got a cap out on it. You do not get to be fucking 65 still having a man spend money on you. No, I think at 45 they stop doing that unless you a real fine ass 45-year-old plus. At a certain age, they stop doing it. So it's just like, I get it. The generations before told us there are no men worth being with. They did that shit on purpose because they couldn't get their shit together. Please understand that that was just simply poor programming. Understand that we are weaker as a people apart. Understand that. Oh my God, breaking down the nuclear family, especially the black nuclear family, was the best thing the U.S. government can do for us because we too fucking goofy to have these conversations because we still trying to figure out how the fuck to get along. Ah! Do y'all know how hard it is for black people who make it to the top and they the only ones that's up there because the rest of us that's at the bottom is too fucking busy having dumbass arguments about going 50-50? Do y'all know that? It should be hella black football coaches up there with Deion Sanders. You know, my uncle works at the Department of Education. You know how hard it is for him to push the importance of black fucking history that they trying to pull out the education system? It's not enough of us high enough. And we having stupid fucking conversations that doesn't fix the problem. Let's talk about how we in here suffering from an inflation. We all struggling to pay for bills. Fucking insurance is going up. I can tell you why insurance skyrocketed in my city because of the Kia boys. Between them stealing these people cars left and right, that's insurance claims. Then they going around totaling them. These people working hard to get them a nice little Kia, and then here go the Kia boys just stealing all the Kias and Hyundais. We've had so many stolen. People premiums have been going up left and right. But then instead of realizing that we the shit parents that's raising Kia boys because our kids don't got nothing fucking else better to do because they had to raise themselves on devices while we out here talking about traveling. Teach your motherfucking kids something better to do other than being a thief and a fucking menace to society. But we don't have those conversations. Honey, I don't give a fuck about 50-50. I don't give a fuck about bitches that's using y'all. I don't care about none of that. That's stupid to me. It's too many real issues. Let's talk about the issues that I got here in my city. They out here snatching people, teenagers up left and right, putting them in a building called Jane Edna. It has been proven that the workers inside of the building have been selling these kids off to traffickers. Let's talk about that. These black kids that they taking away from their parents that's just disappearing. Cleveland had 100 teenagers go missing last summer. All in the month of May, we had 100 teenagers go missing. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about real issues on why our kids are being more snatched up, which is another thing that happens when our families were deconstructed. Because when we were families and we had communities, it was harder to snatch us up. But now that we're free, no men to protect us, no line of defense, our kids and our women are just unsafe. But those issues we want to talk about. We want to talk about these hoes that walk around half naked. Ignore them. Ignore them. Women's capital is attention. I assure you, if you cut the attention and you started giving it to the women of class and dignity, they would change their behavior. But because you give them more attention, 304 culture is at the best, it's at the highest. And until we start ignoring the hoes gonna always be at the top. Always. That's the stuff I would rather talk about. How about stop giving the platform to talk about who gives a damn? Who cares? Put them on the OnlyFans, put them on the back page. Let's talk about women who want to do something productive. It's too many women out here trying to make a difference for me to be sitting up here talking about all these hoes that's not. People that's literally putting a hindrance in our community. Like, I don't give a fuck about Sukiyana. I don't care how much penis she sucked. I don't care about none of that. I just know that I wouldn't allow her to be exposed to any of the little girls that I'm raising. So what are you doing as a parent? Are you guarding your child's phone? Are you making sure your child not out here being nutty as fuck, being exposed to things that they don't need to be exposed to? Or are you one of the parents that all these teachers seem to be making TikToks about? How your child is disrespectful. How you want to text your child during school hours. How you want to bring food to the child in the middle of the school day. Are you the parent that's trying to help solve the problems? Or are you a part of the problem? And that all starts with self. Issue being the thing in the mirror. We all can get on this internet and we all could talk about what we dislike. But what are we all doing to make a difference? And it's just like, I'm doing it for real, in real life. That's why I don't be having no time to be on this internet every day, because I'd rather make the difference for real in the real world. It's cute to be on here, and I appreciate being on here, and I enjoy having people to speak to on this online space, but I ain't doing the panels. I'm not doing the arguing. I'm not disturbing my peace. I want to talk about really fixing the issues. I want to talk about the cause and the true effects. Okay? I want everybody to have peace. I really do. And now I'm going to address y'all comments. I went on my little tangent because I can't read and do my tangents y'all. So I'm going to read them now. All right. I'm pretty caught up. Snuggles, I feel like I gave a couple of examples. If you didn't hear them, I told you that I can't speak for the group. I can't speak for a group of stupid women. And I can't. You asked me last time I went live, why do women date men who make less money? I don't know. Never done it. Never been my real life. Don't know. It's just like, why do women date men who are deadbeats? Don't know. If I date a single dad, 9 times out of 10 in my experience, he was a single father. And I'd rather date a single father with a shit baby mom any day that's gone away over any of these toxic situations that these people be having on, for example, Kendra G show. So it's just like, I can't speak for the whole group, and I'm never going to try to speak for the whole group, but I'm going to try to speak for the people that's making a difference. I'm going to try to speak for them. I'm going to try to speak for myself and the people that I can relate to. I've given plenty of examples, plenty of examples. There's a lack of unity in our community. What state am I from? I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio. It's a what about half the group? I don't came according to my uncle. He believes that my experience speaks for 20 to 30% of the Black experience. But I disagree, and it might be different for me because I live in it, because I'm here in the city. I still live in the urban part of the city, so it's still very much so very dangerous. There is gunshots every night. They out here steady cutting down on our police department. Police can't even get out to emergencies, but emergencies are increasing. The Citizen app always has some type of crime being committed. Maybe, I think they said a crime happens every 7 minutes here. So it's just like, I've lived in the area my whole life because the family has always had homes in the area, and the area went from 2-parent household to single mom to run down real quick just within a couple generations. And we're in the process of they're trying to gentrify. They're trying to bring the whites back to this area. They definitely are. But it shouldn't take for that to happen. It took for my people to destroy the neighborhood quite badly. Now they like, let's fix it up. And now we don't own nothing over here. We don't have nothing over here. This particular block that I'm close to the Buckeye block. Buckeye went up. They had 200 properties that went up. During the pandemic, when black people had all this extra money, they only had 2 black people invest out of 120 investors. Things like that. We're not buying our blocks back. We're not really doing what we need to do. The people who making money not putting the money back into the community, they going on trips and they buying really fancy things. And it's just like, I get you want to live your life. Like, I don't want nobody to think that I'm going to be out here taking 100% of my income and investing it 100% back into the community. But in the same breath, I have to understand that in order for me to to keep being blessed, I have to bless others with what I receive. And I have to tie it into the community, because giving blessings means you receive blessings. So it's just, I don't get it. It's too much selfishness within our community, in my opinion. Yeah, here they are actually, and the plan has been in place since I went to college. I went to college in 2011, and I remember my first day in school, and I heard these people talking about it in investment class. They was like, Cleveland Clinic trying to buy all of Cleveland. And these are particular areas they're going to try to do, and they're going to try to tear this all down. They're going to try to buy all these houses. And I remember people being offered cash for their properties. It was just like, dang. I tried to get a group together myself. I was like, y'all, we should buy some houses. And everybody was like, no, we should do other things. And I never had enough to do it by myself. And I just didn't find the right group. So it was like, I let it go. But it's all happening. They said they're going to move all the black people out to the suburbs, too far away from urgent care hospitals, trauma care hospitals, where it would be easier for them to die. And then all the white people was going to move back to the inner city, be closer to their jobs, hospitals, and all the good stuff. And that's really happening. Like, when people are in these suburban areas and they're getting shot, the nearest trauma center is Metro Hospital. Metro Hospital is on the west side. So if you all the way east and you get shot and it take you 35 minutes to get to the hospital, it's wraps. You're not going to make it. 9 times out of 10, they don't make it. Most of these people be dying en route. So these are the things I care about. Like, first of all, we shouldn't even be in a space where we could have to freaking kill each other left and right. We should be in we should like each other more. It's like we don't even like each other. And that's point number 2. Because people not godly enough for me. Like, I really just do not be in the mood to attack people. It's as comfortable as y'all be liking to attack people. Like, y'all just don't be knowing people character. Y'all don't know people mindset. Y'all just be so quick to judge. Who are you to judge? I do not feel comfortable in that position. So it's just like, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable with it, man. I'm not comfortable with it. So it's just like, they say stay out the kitchen if you don't want to be hot. That's something like that. I don't want to be hot. I'm going to stay out your kitchen. I'm going to stay out of panel folk business. I I love my cart before the horse family. You know, I really do love them. And I'm gonna decide on if I'm gonna be someone that just stay for the beginning, or just not be there at all, because I feel like I'm doing them a disservice if I don't stick around for the panel. So it's a conversation I have to have with them. I haven't had a chat with them because I came here and talked to y'all first. I I came and told y'all how I feel about my panel life before I told the people who panel that I be on about my panel life. So it's just real rough out here, y'all. Like, it's just really real rough. And I feel like some of y'all came over here looking for drama. I do feel like that. I feel like some of y'all just was like, oh, she'll pick me. She clearly hate black women. I'm about to F with her because she hate them too. And it's like, I got mommy issues just like I got mommy issues just like the next person. I promise to God that I do. And how I feel about my own personal mother and my sister affects my perspective about outside women. Okay, it just really do. And then the second a woman get to remind me of either of them who I've had poor experiences with in my life, I become very guarded. And I don't be like I don't be liking women sometimes. But I have a better way to say that. I don't like bad women. I love a good woman. I love a good woman that stands on her square, that has a purpose, that cares about people, that's nurturing, that's caring, that's involved in her community. I like women who make a difference. That's your personal opinion, but I speak to Crystal on a personal level, so I know what kind of impact that she's making in her real life world. So, on the internet, everybody can't be your cup of tea, and that's another thing too. Like, if you can't be who you need to be in your real life because you have to play a character online, it's just like that. That don't sit well with me, because again, my goal was to talk about the problems and provide solutions. I don't give a damn. Like, to me, stay away from those type of people. Like, that's all I can say. Like, I don't I don't be knowing, like, okay, like legit, even with women, like with dating, like I will not be friends with a woman who hate men. Like, when I noticed that my own personal life was turning into that trajectory, like I had a girl around, she couldn't say nothing. I had like two in a row. They couldn't say nothing positive about black men. Nothing. And then they both was raising black boys. And I was like damn, like how does that affect your son? And then I seen how it affect their sons. Like, I love my son with my whole heart. Like, I am so in love with him even every day right now. Like, watching him grow into this man and blossom, just it amazes me. And I love him because he's such a good person. It's just like, he's my constant reminder, like, you are not doing as bad as you think you are, because this is a good human in the world. Like, so I love him. I love him. So it's just like, when I meet other women who don't feel that same way about their son because they already so jaded about black men in general, like, that shit hurts my heart more than anything. Like, more than anything. And it's just like, I don't be understanding stuff like that. Like, I would rather fix that issue of, I don't even think we can fix that. To me, I think it looks like separation and seclusion. Like, if we say birds of a feather flock together, I'm not about to kick it with no bros that hate black men. You shouldn't either. Like, don't surround yourself with that. Like, only be friends with women who aspire to be married. Like, regardless of what anybody have to say about Crystal, Crystal is married. Crystal is very much so married and loves her husband. Loves her husband. Like, again, I talked to her personally, so like, just hearing them interact, and Crystal very much so a married woman. So it's like, I'm not trying to be friends with nobody who hate black men, who never aspire to be married, who only want to be outside and kicking it, who only care about traveling. Like, I don't care to be doing certain reviews on shit like that, because that's not the reality that I want to be a part of. Like, I come from a family that's very family oriented. You know, like, my parents got their own personal issues, trials, and tribulations that they dealing with, so they didn't really keep us involved with the family as much as they should have. They kept us more segregated. That's why I'm real good at secluding myself. So the rest of the family, the extended family, very family oriented. Very, very, very. Like, y'all, we be having family meetings. The whole family. We be having Zoom meetings once a month because we have to catch up and make sure everybody's doing good because we care about family. And one thing everybody in this family says, like, I gotta do better to help the family. That's what we do. Like, if you need help, like, one of the reasons why I've never had to be a Cash App girl or trade my body on the internet for nothing is because my family has a group chat. When life get too hard, I can ask the group chat. Anybody, is 20 people in the group chat. Anybody in the group chat that can help out will help out. Sometimes everybody in the group chat will send the request. And then it's like, and they be like, keep it. God bless you. It's just like when you have a family and a network and a group of people that genuinely care about you, you move differently in the world. I want more people to experience that. I want more people to understand that family is not always some toxic shithole that try to stop you from having your dreams. Sometimes, all times, they should be there in a time of need. They should be there in a time to support. Like, one of my goals to improve. Like, I don't just want to get money and be comfortable in life. I want to get money so I can be to my nieces and nephews what my uncles are to me. Like, auntie, can I please have this? I want to be able to be like, oh, it's nothing, nephew. Like, for real, like, it's, oh, you need a couple G's for college? Oh, say less, nephew. Send it to the Cash App and not think twice about it. I feel like more of us should be thinking that way. It's just like, more comes from that. Blessing others is more happy, and it's just like we so stuck on having fun and doing stupid shit. We just be doing too much stupid shit to me, and I don't be liking that. That's what bothers me the most about us. So that's why I don't like panels. I said all that to say that's why I don't like doing panels, y'all, because I feel like Black people got too many issues to be sitting down having some stupid ass panel conversations. Like, I feel like panels need to be like, so what are you doing to help change the community? That's what the fuck we need to talk about. What are you doing to help solve these problems? How are you gonna stop this from projecting into the next generation? Like, if let's have them kind of conversations. What are you teaching your offspring? What type of programs do you have them in? Who's they mentored? Like, can you name 10 mentoring programs in your city right now? Like, we need to be having real conversations. What are you doing to be the change? Have you realized that the problem is in the mirror? Have you? Because I'm so sick of having these dumbass dating conversations with y'all. Like, especially men who get used. Stop getting used. Like, legit. If you're tired of being a doormat, get off the floor. Like, y'all ain't never heard of that? People only gonna treat you how you allow them to treat you. No, I'm not an 80s baby at all. Not in the least bit. Not in the least bit. I seem like an old hoe. And yes, I call 80s babies old because I was born in 92. 12, 24, 92. No, I'm not an 80s baby. I'm a 90s baby. Okay, millennial. 80s babies, millennials too, though. But no, I'm not that old yet. I will say that I have an older spirit. Heard it my whole life. I feel 43. Right? So I feel like an 80s baby. But I was born in 92. I'm 31. I'm 31. I'm getting up there. Getting up there. But yeah. Anyway, I just be displeased with my position on a lot of the panels. I just really don't like that some of y'all be mad about some of the conversations that we have later. Am I an introvert? Yes. Yes, I'm an extroverted introvert. Can't tell. You can't tell I'm introverted unless you genuinely know me, because I'm really social. I'm like a social butterfly. I make friends really well. but social environments drain me a very great deal, and it requires me to decompress from them. Um, that's one of the reasons I'm gonna make a really good wife. Cause what? I'm not gonna be out here playing in some man's face, disrespecting my man. Now let's talk about something for real in real life. What's going on in the real world that was bothering me this week? That was bothering me. So many things bothered me this week, and because I'm a single mom, I feel like it's appropriate for me to talk about it. Becoming a single mom is a choice. Becoming a single mom is a choice. And I'm going to talk about it for a little bit because I'm going to go make dinner in 15 minutes. Just Hilarious is a prime example of y'all when y'all choose to become single mothers by choice. Putting yourself in a position to reproduce for a man who did not make you his wife is so Looney Tune to me. And I know you're going to say, but you're a single mom. My baby is a oops baby. I never in my life laid down with this man and intended on bringing home no baby. Y'all intentionally lay down with people, grown-ups, not on birth control, letting this man shoot your club up, not keeping up with your ovulation schedule, and then you'll be cool and happy. Let's congratulate me on having a baby. Not requiring that man to marry you. Not requiring him to show you what type of man he is up front. You just be quick to go get pregnant, and then in a couple years you're gonna be on this internet talking about I didn't know the real him and he switched up on me. It's like, have you never watched the episode of Divorce Court? Let me introduce y'all to Judge Lynn Toller, okay? She was married for a long time to her husband until he passed away. And one thing she always said was, you're supposed to watch a man. You watch him. You watch his character. You watch his ambition. You watch the type of decisions that he makes. How does this man face adversity? How do this man move in the world? How do this man handle his anger? You watch him. You watch the type of provider he is. You watch what type of character he has. You watch how he shows up in the world. Then you marry him. You know what she say do next? She say watch him some more. She don't say have his baby. She say watch him some more for 2 to 3 years. Then you have his baby. If we follow that game plan more, none of us could be sitting up here publicly talking about how these men tricked us. You should only be having single moms, in my opinion, should only be oops babies. Like, I don't give a fuck. And I'm biased as an MFer when I say it. Because it's just like, if your baby ain't accidentally get here and it wasn't a gift from God as a lesson from you doing shit you ain't had no business doing, the baby shouldn't exist. Because why are you out here in a relationship just casually leaving your womb open? Birth control exists. You can't be on birth control, then don't have sex. Maybe you shouldn't be putting yourself at risk of having a baby if that person ain't worth having a baby with. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know, but I'm sick of y'all putting yourselves in these positions, and then it's not like we make these choices. It's not like we choose our baby daddies. Like, y'all just a bunch of victims. Y'all ain't no victim. These are choices. And one of the biggest choices that we're refusing to make is we don't get to know people for long enough. Y'all. When am I not tripping? Right? Y'all be tripping. But no, for real. But like, one thing I just don't get. I just don't get it. I have this little oops baby over here. I ain't met a man yet who baby I wanted to have. Not yet. And you know how I made that conclusion? The bareness of my left finger, the lack of marriage certificate I've signed. That's how I help myself conclude that. I don't want to have no man baby. I don't even want to be in a position to have no man's baby. I don't even say stupid shit into the atmosphere. If it did happen, it's not gonna happen. I remember when men would want me to be casual, and they would be like, "What would you do if I got you pregnant? Would you keep the baby?" No. What the hell? No. What if I didn't want you to have an abortion? You would be a single dad. You tell a man he gonna be a single dad, he ain't gonna get you pregnant. He gonna think you a terrible woman. Like, you gonna be a single dad. Do not think you gonna put no baby in me and leave me with your baby. You're gonna raise you want to be a parent so bad, you're gonna be a parent by your damn self. By your damn self. I assure he wanted me to have his baby. Tell him to raise the motherfucker by himself. I bet you a lot of men change their mind. I bet you a lot of men change. Tell them, I can't have your baby till you marry me. Then for real, they're gonna be like, oh no, it's cool, girl. I know how to pull out. Like, smarten up. Like, that shit is so stupid to me. Like, y'all need to be learning y'all menstrual cycles. You can conceive a baby the easiest between the 13th and 15th day of your ovulation schedule. Your ovulation is 13 days after your last cycle ends. Do not have sex. Some women just don't participate in sex that whole week. Y'all could be doing better and y'all just refuse to do better. It's just like, it makes me sick. I'm so tired of hearing about it. No, I'm not looking for 6666 type of men. First of all, that is stupid. You must be new here. I don't have a height requirement. I'm 5'7". I consider myself a taller girl. I do not think that tall men like tall girls unless they have a certain body. And I've dated men as short as 5'2". So, no. I like men who treat me well. If you remind me of a man and you show up a man, I don't care what size package you're in. I don't rate sex as high on my reason to select a man. I tell people all the time sex is not important, but somebody told me to stop putting that into the atmosphere. But for me, it's not. Like, sexual satisfaction is completely irrelevant when it comes to building a life with somebody with me. And I feel like, once your mind is completely involved with somebody, it genuinely don't matter what size package they got, because once they got your mind and your body, it's gonna be fireworks every time. If you taking care of business, it's gonna be fireworks every time. If I'm feeling safe and secure in my home and I feel like my man take care of business, baby, I don't care what package it's in. Give me some. Like, simple. My man take care of business. And 6 figures. If I feel safe and secure, I don't care what the salary is. If I am confident that my man is never going to have me living under a bridge and riding a bus, I don't care. I genuinely don't. And I just that's what I'm talking about. We be getting too caught up on too many things. Like, I don't care what nobody say. I said a long time ago, I never want to be demonetized. I would never allow myself to be in a position to be so sprung over sex that I allow a man to have me out here acting like a goofy nut. I refuse to be that. I refuse, because just because you got good D don't mean you show up in the world a good person. Like, look how many of y'all be out here, girl, he blowing my back out, but he had to drop me off at work. That ain't never happened to me. I ain't never gave no man my card while I went to no job. I don't even know what that's like. I couldn't imagine trading in for a life like that. That sounds like slavery to me. Trading in a life like that. Girl, please. Girl, oh my God, he tear it up. He ain't putting nothing on the bills. I work hard every day. He can't find no good job. I bought him an Xbox. Could never be me. Could never. Oh, could never. Could never. Y'all be crazy to me. I need a man who shows up in the world. How does that man take care of business? Is he Mr. Make It Happen? That's what qualifies him for me. Mr. Make It Happen. Man with a plan, followed up with being a man of action. Baby, that man on his square, the producer. I don't care what package he in. I don't care what he in. I don't care what he in, y'all. Because if that man gonna take care of me, and I'm going to feel safe, and I'm in a place where I can be vulnerable and completely transparent, and I want to smile every day, he's going to be well taken care of, because I'm going to take care of my man. I'm going to, for real, take care of my man. My man is going to be in a peaceful space. My man's going to have those 2 F's covered, okay? I ain't going to talk about the 2 F's, but he going to be covered, okay? He ain't gonna never be what y'all men be on the internet. Soon as I married my wife, she started opening her legs. Not my man. Not my man. My man. Be like, baby, you took me off these streets. Baby. Come here, let me treat you good. You need a back rub? So I'm not bitter, y'all. I'm really at peace. And I understand that my role, Jesus created me to help a man. And I cannot wait till that man come here to get this help, baby. Okay, because the Lord has been preparing me for you. All right, I've been working hard for you to become the woman that you need, both of us. For both of us. And I need more of y'all to be doing that. I need more of us to understand our position. I need y'all to get right with God. Like, for real. Like, y'all, real stuff. The more that I embark on my journey within Christianity, I understand that so many of us are misplaced. We don't understand our purposes. We don't understand that God gave us these gifts not so we can idolize God of money, of wealth, and greed. He didn't give us these gifts for that. He gave us these gifts to represent him and to show his love among the people in the land. One of the reasons why we can't prosper as a group is because we don't understand the word. Like, I'm going to need y'all to learn it. I'm going to need y'all to get right with God. I'm going to need y'all to start praying. I'm going to need y'all to start working on the real problem. Self. Y'all really don't need to be having these panels. Like, if y'all want to have a panel, let's talk about what did you discuss in therapy this week. Like, y'all don't want to have the real conversations. What are you doing to heal? What kind of podcast you've been listening to? Podcast suggestion. My goodness, I cannot think about it. But I just subscribed to it myself, and sis has been helping me. Okay, it's just like I be really feeling like I got these individual problems, but guess what? Baby boomers and Gen X fucked up a whole generation of people. Whole generation of all of us are fucked up. Okay, we were raised by a group of narcissistic people, and we can't help but to be narcissistic our damn selves. And instead of figuring out that little gem, we out here just trying to point out everybody else's damn issue. The problem is you, buddy. Okay. It's here. You, the mirror. Get you a mirror. Look at it, because it's you. You the problem. You need to look at the problem. Stop trying to blame everybody else. Like, it started with our parents, but God damn it. Let me be the last to say it. Anything that they didn't give you in your childhood, it is absolutely your responsibility to gain as an adult. It is. You cannot make the excuse and go around and complain that you didn't receive something. I didn't either. But I made a cognitive decision that I wanted to improve. I wanted better, and I wanted to stop certain cycles with my child. Like, I'm a 4th generation teenage mom. On my mama's side, on my great grandma had a baby at 19. My mother's mother had a baby at 15. My mother had a baby at 16. I had a baby at 18. I absolutely want this cycle to stop with me. Absolutely want it to stop. I do not want to, be a young grandma. Because if my son have a baby when I had a baby, I could be a grandma at 36. That's in 5 years. Y'all know how scary that is? That's scary as hell to be a grandma in 5 years. First of all, I want to be pregnant again in 5 years. Not no damn grandma. Like, I'm not ready to be no grandma. I'm not ready to be no grandma. So I want to stop certain cycles, and it's just like this cycle, the cycle of why I became a teenage mom happened. Everybody's reason was for the very exact same reason. Low self-esteem, didn't feel love, went out there and had sex, God gave them a baby. Now I have something to love. Everybody's story was the same. Everybody's, and it's just like not really prepared to be. You're never prepared to be a mom as a teenager, ever. And even when you have a really good support system, which I didn't have that. So, it's just like being a teenage mom is things that you have to learn yourself. Your goddamn frontal vortex isn't fully developed. So it's just like you essentially growing up with this person. Like me and my son lines be so blurred, and it's like now at 31 I'm trying to unblur them, and people be like, who the parent, you or him? And it's like, well, for a long time the lines were blurred. We damn friends. Right? And we damn friends. So it's just like I got stuff I gotta try to figure out. I know for sure my son feels loved. That baby is confident, is all get out. Like every drop of confidence I wish I've had, that baby got it. You cannot insult him. He don't even hear insults. I love that about him. Like I learned from him. Like one day I asked him, I was like, you be having bad days, buddy? He was like, I've never had a bad day in my life. I have bad moments. And moments go by. So if it's a bad moment, I take the time out to let that moment pass, and then my day is going to be good again. And it's like, he like a goddamn motivational speaker, because one thing just go awry for me my whole life. I'd be like, my life sucks. And it's like, I had to learn that from my kid. I had to change my perspective just simply based off my kid. And it's just like, we all should be learning and growing, man. We should be trying to figure out how to stop these cycles, man. Because it ain't no way. It ain't no way so many of us is comfortable repeating this single motherhood cycle. I think that's a dumbass cycle we want to keep repeating. Like, I be seeing a lot of comments. There was a lady who got arrested in my city. She got arrested. Dang, that was in Cleveland. She got arrested. Her children called the police on her because they said they was hungry, and their mama had been gone for almost 2 days. And the mother was gone for, I believe, 17 hours straight, 17 or 18 hours straight, and there wasn't no food at the house for the kids to have. It wasn't no food there. But she said she was going to get them some food or something crazy like that. So when she got there, they arrested her. So people literally in the comment section was like, I used to have to stay at home with my little brothers and sisters all the time. And it was 3 kids. The oldest was 11, and the youngest one was a toddler. Not an infant, but I want to say 2 or 3. I used to have to stay at home with my brothers and sisters all the time. I used to have to cook. And it's just like, just because your trash ass mom had you at home raising her children that she did not need to have, don't mean that the cycle needs to be repeated. It don't mean that. Like, it don't mean that. Like, once upon a time, people used to have family to depend on raising their children. Like, the only reason why my parents stopped having familiar support is because my parents was the goofies. Like, my grandma was like, I'm not gonna be watching your kids if you're gonna be out here doing goofy stuff. Like, y'all being shitty. My grandmother hated how shitty my parents were. You need to be better parents to them kids. They need good parents. And my parents dead ass was the spokesperson for fuck them kids. I deserve happiness. What about me? So it's just like, when I see that shit outside, it's like, shit, y'all got that from y'all parents too. Y'all mamas must have said F y'all too. Like, my mama used to say F us every day. My mama used to dead ass come home and be like, I ain't want y'all daddy did. I don't want to be bothered with y'all. Your father need to be bothered with you. Like, just imagine hearing that as a child. But I guess I was just supposed to grow up and feel loved by somebody's son. But I've worked through it. So, just stuff like that, man. We just be goofy because we don't know better. But we could do better. And I'm telling all of y'all today, y'all the problem. I'm telling you, if you ain't know, news flash, public service announcement, the problem starts at home in the mirror. Okay? You can't address no problems outside until you address the problems within yourself. Until you could tell me why you make dumbass decisions, I don't need you to be out here judging the people for their dumbass decisions, because they just as dumb as you and don't know that they the problem too. So we just too harsh. This is not what God sent us here to do. God sent us here to teach, spread his word, and give joy and stuff. We're supposed to be being better humans. We not building good nations, we building hateful nations. And God forbid, I want y'all to change before he come and punish us. Because God is a punishing God, and y'all keep talking about he know y'all heart. But if y'all open up this goddamn book, y'all understand that God, that just don't just be letting people do what they want to do. They don't just get to do that. There's a consequence for a lot of stuff. And y'all just out here making the same dumbass mistakes, talking about God know my heart. God know my heart. God know my. That's why so many diseases out here, because y'all ain't learned. Why y'all think we get a new STD every week? Y'all think we get a new STD every week because God wants us to be out here participating in free sex? No. No, goof. True. It's a new STD every week because I want you fools to realize that it's not a good plan. Being out here sexually exploitive with your body doesn't work. But instead of us being like, you know what, the risk real high, it's real high, we just finding ways to spread them. That's all we be doing, finding more ways to spread them. And while we're here, ladies and gentlemen, please, before you participate in any sexual activities, please be sure to ask your partner for a My Chart. Don't know what a My Chart is? It's provided by every physician. Okay, it tells you about your visit there. All your test results can be found there. Your doctor's notes, medications you're on, anything you can think of can be found on the My Chart. There is no reason why you shouldn't be having a full STD panel before you're going to participate in sex with someone. Why? Because it's 9,000 STDs. Okay, some of them incurable, some of them are lifetimers, and I'm never going to get on this internet and say somebody with a lifetime disease doesn't deserve love, because y'all don't know how they got that. They might have got it from somebody who didn't give a fuck to share the news with them. Y'all don't know, and that's another thing that bothers me about people, because it's not enough forgiveness, it's not enough grace. Y'all just... It could happen to you. It literally could happen to you. You literally could be bamboozled just as easily as the next person. So it's just like, do fucking better. Do effing better, man. Start treating people like you want to be treated. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. And that's just something that I've been that's been my word all week. And that's why I can't get on this panel. I can't get on these panels, because if I want to love somebody like I want to be loved, I don't want to be judged. I want to be handled with care. I want to know that the person that I'm sharing anything with is receiving and understanding what I'm saying, and that their responses are going to come back with love. I don't want to be in a toxic mindset. What are your thoughts on cooking and cleaning being a woman's job? In my culture, that's not a woman's job, because people have been separated for so long that everybody cooks and cleans. Okay, I keep saying this. The men are more clean in America than the women. Okay, these women are nasty. There's so many women on Instagram that got these damn clean up Instagrams of them having to clean their house because they only clean it once a month and it's filthy. It's more women living like that. So it's everybody's job. If you a grown man, our numbers, 26% of black women are married. So that means that 75% of our adults are separated. If you're not cooking and cleaning, you're living in a filthy home, and it means you're starving, or you're overeating on takeout, which has a lot to do with our obesity rate, because y'all too fucking lazy to cook for yourselves. So I don't think it's anybody's role. I like to cook. I'm about to get off here real soon so I can make my dinner for my family. So it's just I enjoy cooking, but I date a lot of men who know how to cook too. Most of the men that I date, we don't really I'm not expected to cook. Most men that I date don't expect me to cook. Most men, I tell them that I want to cook. And they be like, you do? I never meet too many women that want to cook. Kevin Samuels said on his podcast, in his whole adult life, out of all the women he dated, he only dated 2 women who genuinely knew how to cook. 2 women. That man older than me. That man got almost 30 years over me. He was 20 years older than I am. So if he 20 years older than me and he don't know that many women that's cooking, I can go on a safe assumption and say most women don't even cook. Most women not cooking. So I feel like everybody should cook and clean, for real. At the state my culture is at, nobody is in a position to be not working. We too far at the bottom. We don't hold no wealth. Media Man did a episode a couple weeks ago, I think last week. The average black family, married couples, what was it? Our net worth was $200. Meanwhile, the net worth up there with the others was 188,000 for a family. And it just was like, we all gotta work. You need a job, the baby need a job, and we need to be trying to figure out how to keep these generations of wealth going. Nobody's gonna be without working. So to me, we all gonna be cleaning up. We need a chore chart. We got a chore chart in my house, you know. The woman I date cook. Maybe it's a regional thing. The women I date cook. They might. Where you live at? Tell me where you live at. I want to know where you live at. And I'm gonna wait. I don't think that many people cook. I don't think that many people cook, and I think Houston. I'm gonna say that your personal experiences is why you date those women. I'm gonna say that who you are is a man who attracts women who like to take care of their man. Therefore, they typically cook more. But I hear people complain about Houston women all the time. I do not hear that women in Houston are more domestic. I actually hear that they're less. I hear that women in Houston are just as hard to date as the women in Atlanta. But I live in Cleveland, so I can't make that assumption, but I've heard that about your city. So I'm just going to say who you are as a man. You probably attract more traditional women. That sounded good. See? Sweet bread I get what can you do for me type of girls. He get offered Pop-Tarts and cereal. Where are you, sweet bread? Where is this? I just feel like my culture too broken to assign jobs right now. I think that's a wasteful conversation. I think that's one of the things we waste on panels. We're too far removed from gender roles. Too far removed from gender roles to be sitting up here having these conversations, because having an expectation to have a man that's more hands-on when we have a whole generation of men who didn't have a father within the household to teach them how to use particular tools, that's a crazy ask to me. So oh yeah, I know it ain't no tradition up there in Michigan. My Uncle Corey lives in Michigan. My granddad's second family lived in Detroit, Michigan. He passed. That's where we have him buried. Like my grandma passed his wife, but he had a second family in Michigan. That's another reason why I won't do sharing my man, because I know the results of when that man leave that first family. Why y'all be out here trying to act like y'all all can have a polygamous relationship. That shit comes with so much hard work. That shit ain't easy. And a lot of y'all ain't built for it because y'all overly emotional. But anyway, I don't think that many women is feed men. I was talking about roles. I don't think men have a job. I think there's work that men do. Like anything that's like outside, that's a man job. I can have that conversation with you. Like, sis ain't climbing no pole. That one man who go to work twice a year with the pole all the way at the top, like hundreds of millions of thousands of feet in the air, and he almost touching Mars when he do it. I would never do. Like, that's man's work. But I can tell you what my man job is. Every woman man job gonna be different. And this is what happens when we get so far removed from gender roles. We can't get no gender roles. How are we doing that when we're living in a society with our families deconstructed and we too focused all on working? We all gotta work. We all gotta work. Everybody providing. Everybody gotta provide. Everybody gotta go get some money and bring it home so we can create generational wealth. Period. Point blank. Less attention needs to be spent on traveling and spending money to make the economy better, and we need to be trying to figure out how to make the black dollar better. Let's keep black money in our pocket for longer than 6 minutes, right? Let's do that. Okay, then we can, once we get some structure in that, and then we can start leaving something behind for our children other than our $200 they're gonna have to use to bury us. Then we can talk about the jobs we supposed to have, like as men and women in the community. But shit, ideally, I want men to provide, but how can a man provide for a woman he doesn't have authority over? How can a man have authority over a woman who feels like she shouldn't have to listen to anybody, including God? Because we covered this in Sunday sermon before. And the first one, Eve, we give you the opportunity to learn God's will, and instead of sis sitting back and saying, no, I'm just going to trust that God has a good plan for me, sis said, no, I want to know everything. And she ate the fruit. So we women are selfish. We are too controlling, and we too worried about knowing the whole picture. We too worried about that. And being too far removed from our man and not having that control of slowing us down has only showed us that we only like the things that make our lights shine. We like the sparkly things. It's just, y'all, I'm so sick of these dumbass conversations. Like, men don't got no men. Pick a woman worth being with first, and then figure out y'all roles. Everybody role is different. How I planned on having my household might not be how no black woman on the internet want to have her household. What you mean? How does money circulate in a community? Is that genuine? I'm not gonna have that conversation because that's an economic question, and I feel like people own stuff. The people who own stuff get the money, and the money is then dispersed a certain way. So if you getting money and all the people that work for you don't live within community, that means all that money leaving my community. It doesn't even make it back to my. It's just a lot, and then we don't own much. We don't. It's just a lot. It's a lot of cycles, and I'm not gonna dive into that. But I definitely can see that the Michigan women do not. The Michigan women, shoo. I don't know who worse, so I don't know if Michigan women worse than women in Cleveland. We might be tied to tie, you know. Because I always say, like, especially Detroit, Michigan reminds me of Superior Avenue of Cleveland. My mother grew up cooking for my father. I came from an old school 2-parent household. Okay, so women might can smell that on you, right? Because I personally love to date men who I can tell had a dad. Because I can tell how you had a dad based on how you talk to me and how you treat me. Like, a man who got a problem with me that had a good father knows how to come here and with that problem. And then men who only had their mother, it's usually more emotional, and how they address me is more emotional. So a man who had a positive male role model handles me better. So when I meet those men, I automatically just fall right into my feminine. It's like, what do you need me to do for you? Automatically. So if that's an energy that they can pick up from you, I can understand why you're meeting more women who do the traditional stuff. But baby, that's not all of Houston. Baby, that's not all of Houston. Baby, you in a small minority. Small minority. Yes, we need to work together. That's really what we need to be doing. I agree there. Can you have a financial stream with someone in finance who can educate people about how finances work? I'm going to ask Pastor Lucian at my church. He's the head of the economics. I'll ask him. Do I know any finance people other than him? I did once upon a time. I'll work on it. I'll look into it for y'all to get them here. But I know for sure you could start off by watching that Killer Mike show. That Killer Mike, what was that Killer Mike called? When Killer Mike went out there and found out that black people only keep the black dollar for 6 minutes. Baby, we don't hold no money for no time. We be like, this money is burning a hole in my pocket. I must spend it. I must give it to rich white executives. I cannot stand to have black money in my black pocket. I must give my money to the white man. He deserves all my money. That's how y'all be acting. That was a really good impression to me. Oh, thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you for real. So I'm gonna end now, y'all. I've been on here for 99 minutes. It's time to make dinner. I'm gonna make some baked, and I'm gonna have some fried ones too. Turkey chops for my kid. I'm gonna have some roasted sweet potatoes with. Oh, I'm gonna have some broccolini, but I don't know how I want to make my broccolini. But that's what I'm having for dinner, y'all. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about eating it. I mean, Snuggles, a lot of this stuff can be like visibly found out. Like redlining, my grandfather was personally a part of redlining. My grandfather had money stole out of his bank account, out of white banks. Like, yes, they did a lot of stuff to keep us down. They did a lot to keep their foots on our necks. A whole bunch of stuff. Like, historically speaking, like, I don't have that much time. I really don't have that much time to go over all of that, but yes, there was a lot. There was a lot done to keep us at the bottom. Like, but in the same breath, it started off with them trying to hold us down, but at some point we stopped fighting. Like, Jason Black did a really good episode yesterday on Friday on and that's one of the reasons I ain't go live. But on how baby boomers set us up for the woo with these 401k plans. Like 401k plans, even if you start investing into them at the age of 18, you still wouldn't have enough to retire at age 65. But baby boomers knew that when they accepted it, but then they still allowed it to be in place. They knew that it would eventually screw over the millennials, but because they knew that they would get pensions at the end of their time, they allowed it to fall on us and just like, oh, well, we don't care. Meanwhile, all of our money that we working hard for is keeping Medicaid going. They sit up here trying to get all this expensive ass medication for them for free when none of this stuff benefits us. Like, it was a lot that they could have did. One thing for sure, these houses that the generation before them left, they was so quick to sell. They was real quick to sell. So now a lot of these houses that we could have been dependent on in small middle class neighborhoods, that most of those are owned by banks and investment groups. We couldn't even get these houses if we wanted to touch them because the generation before didn't line us up for it. So, I mean, it's half and half. We had the government attacking us, and then it's like them who claim to be so woke forgot that they was, or was like, shit, who gives a damn? We got what we got. They was like, y'all for real, SOL. All we care about is what you could do for us, because again, this is the most narcissistic group. It's the most narcissistic group. They only cared about what they could do for themselves. So it's a lot that we can't do, and it's nothing that we put in place for ourselves. Like, I never in my life, if I'd have known, me being goofy and following the programming that these people told me in the beginning would put me in a position now where I wouldn't even have a social security later for life. I wouldn't be in a position to retire. Like, the goddamn cost of living in itself is so high, you can't even begin to save for retirement. You can't even begin to save for retirement. So they really set us up for the woo. And it's just something as small as that. How many parents genuinely sat them down and taught them the importance of learning finances? How many of our parents just run off to college? You need college. And then what is college doing? College is giving us another bill that we can't afford to fucking pay for. How many of us have student loans? Probably ain't even finished. Me, didn't even finish. But then you want me to pay you back. I gotta pay you back. I'm expected to pay this money back at some point for education that's damn near useless, because now every job you apply for requires a bachelor's. You need a bachelor's to flip these fries at McDonald's. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, a lot of this shit was just a ploy to keep us in the working class. And don't even get me started on that. They'll tell you in a heartbeat Gen Z is lazy, But Gen Z not lazy. Like, Gen Z is definitely giving a short end of the stick. Like, they're fighting against a system that wasn't put in place to help them benefit, strive, or be great. Baby, no, I'm not married. He coming. He coming one of these days, but he ain't found me yet. The system is absolutely rigged, and we all really should be working to destroy it. All of us. We should be trying to get rid of it, but we too focused on having dumbass 50-50 arguments on the internet. Like, that's like, y'all want to talk about how America set us up? Y'all want to talk about the scam in Medicaid? They take money out of the government to put towards hospitals, but then they take a portion of my money to put towards hospitals, and then guess what? I gotta pay some more of my money towards the medical insurance, but then once I get to said hospital, girl, we need your copay because it's still not enough. Like, come on now. And then we're in the land of the free, but we're the most sick people in the world. You go to the doctor, they never can tell you how to solve a problem, fill you up with pills, nothing. Like, we keeping big pharma rich. All we doing is keeping the rich rich, and all they doing is finding a way to keep us poor. But we have dumbass conversations. We have too many stupid conversations. Like I said, I would rather dig into conspiracy theories any day than to sit up here and talk about why all the women who half naked still getting men's attention. Why? I don't care. How many people do I think it would take to build up as a group? Now, y'all, I really want to build Black Utopia. Like, that's really something I want to do. Y'all want to talk about bringing back Black Wall Street for real, in the real way? We separate ourselves and we have our own Black economic. I talk about it all the time. My auntie a judge, she be in control of the government. My uncle work at the Department of Education. He'll be in control of the education. My cousin, she working on her medical degree. She gonna be ahead of our health and wellness. My brother's big on holistic. He gonna be out here keeping us one with the earth and our bodies one in tune. You know, I'm willing to start the groundwork. How many of y'all want to join me as we build Black Utopia? We can build neighborhoods. We can have our own rules, laws, structures, and values. We can praise God. Like, there are real things that we could be sitting up here really doing. Like, a lot of this shit, we just drown ourselves having stupid ass conversations. Like, how are you accomplishing your dreams, and how can we work together to make it happen? Like, I really would rather have more of those conversations. Like, I have a mentor that I want to interview in the city, but I got to get my money up to get back in the studio. Like, once I get that, I'm having these real conversations. Like, this man, he care more about how our Black boys are being affected in the system. He's so sick of seeing our young men in and out of the revolving door of jail. So he's out here on these streets. He be out here at nighttime walking around with a gun trying to make sure crime being cut down on because we don't have enough police officers. So it's just like, I want to talk to the people that's making a difference, and I really want to work with the people that's making a difference. I don't give a damn about these people that's just on the internet arguing. Like, and lastly, I definitely don't want to have no conversations with no girls about how they use men, and then I don't even really think y'all can even use men on your best day. And that was real mean for me to say, but I had to say it because it's just like some of y'all don't even be wanting to be camped up talking about how men be cashing out on y'all, and it's like, does he really? And then if he do, I want to talk to you fellas about it, because why are you just wasting your money on anything? All these, y'all can be donating to one of these organizations that I'm about to get out here that's trying to make a difference. Like, stop wasting time on stupid stuff. Stop wasting money on stupid stuff. Start investing into the things that matter. Start investing into the things that you want to see improve. Like, y'all. Y'all, my tangent was long. Man, Snuggles, I've been talking this whole time about the conversations that I think are real. So it's either you ain't listening or you ain't picking up what I'm putting down. I think people have to use people all together in general, right? Because Jesus uses us to spread his message and his word and his love. So it's either you're going to be used for good or you're going to be used for bad. So we have plenty of examples of people being used for bad. Oprah. I don't care what nobody say. Like, Oprah make too much money to not be out here screaming pro-black stuff. I don't like. I can never support her. Like, so many women be like, I want to be like Oprah. Why? Help destroy your community. Never say nothing good. Help deconstruct it. Never stand beside a black man. Like, I don't care what nobody say. Oprah is the face of why women should be strong and independent. And it's just like, do I want to grow up like Oprah one day? Absolutely not. Like, what's the point of having all the money in the world when I don't have love? Oh, I had some calm tea with the lemon in it. Some calm and some unfiltered honey. Oh, I don't know that anybody here was offended. It seemed like the people here understood. They picking up what I'm putting down. And my point is, when I'm on these panels, I don't really get to have these conversations. These are not the we're stuck on conversations about men being used, or conversations on 50-50. And I'm just trying to get y'all married, first and foremost. Y'all personal conversations on how y'all household run, y'all can do that by yourselves. But I want to see more of y'all healed, healthy, happy, kicking it with Jesus. Jesus being y'all best friend. And once we get there, pairing off to get married, to then what? Have babies, because creating families, what is what community is. So in order for us to have healthy communities, we need to have healthy families. In order to have healthy families, we need healthy people. So just do better, y'all. I need y'all to start looking in this mirror. I need y'all to start realizing that the problem starts with home. And if all of us individually decided today that we were going to do damn better to make sure that our community was better, it would be better right now, today, in this moment. So let's just start there, y'all. Let's just start there. I'm too deep for Cleveland. I probably am. That's funny. I mean, Snuggles, you should just really come to America or watch movies on America. A really good place to start is with anything about Malcolm X. Then you could transition over to MLK. Then learn something about Marcus Garvey. I'm going to start you off with those three. That just gives you a sprinkle of some of the black struggle. So I'm going to leave you guys with that, because I really have to make dinner. It's getting too late. So thank you all for tuning in. I hope you appreciated what I had to say. I hope y'all understand my position. And I hope y'all get and understand there's no hard feelings, but baby girl just really don't want to have any toxic conversations that don't help bring her peace. I hope you understand that the problem starts at home and in the mirror. And in order for things to improve and change, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make a change. Michael told us. That's why they got rid of him. That's why they started trying to tarnish his names. Talk about conspiracy theories, but we ain't going to get in on that one because I got to go. Okay, so be sure, like, subscribe, share with a friend. Tell your cousins. Tell all your woke people, okay? Everybody that you know who want to make a difference. Tell them about your girl Meek. Follow me on the socials, pick_Meek, Facebook, Instagram, X. If you have anything you want to share with me, discuss anything you want me to bring to this platform, feel free to email me, pickmeekpodcast@gmail.com. And remember, change starts with you, for real. And you're only as great as you put out into the world. So if you're not being great, stop expecting great things to happen around you. Until next time, guys, peace.